am streaming on multiple locations, so let me know where you're coming in from. In the meantime, I'm going to attempt to make sure that you can hear me. I see that I am live. Do I hear myself? And I can hear myself. Great. Let me go ahead and bring up my notes so I can stay on track and be respectful of your time today. Awesome. Okay. All right. Awesome. Let's go ahead and get started. So, you've probably heard of the great PC versus Mac debate, right? Which one's better? One's better for business, one's better for visual, this one's better for programmers. The vast differences between the systems, as they used to be when I was growing up, are getting smaller by the day. And that's kind of just the way with things, kind of the way things are with technology, right? I remember being in school and hearing that like technology doubled every 10 years or something like that. And it was insane how fast things are, how smaller things get, things like that. And so it just makes sense, right? Well, what if I told you that there's actually a single app in the Windows store that basically makes a lot of these differences seemingly negligible? It's not a fancy dual boot situation. It's not a virtual machine required for this wizardry. It's simply an app that you may have thought you already had, but it's actually quite new. So, released about June 21st of 2019, this particular app that I'm about to share with you apparently was released into the wild, and it's phenomenal. It has its own repo, so if you want to contribute, you can. It's really cool. But basically, I'm going to be sharing that with you today. So hello and welcome to another Prosperous Heart programming training. When you find value in today's session, please do tap that heart or tag a friend. And before I get started, I do want to extend an invitation to you. If you weren't aware, I am only opening my Python Basics Bootcamp twice this year. The first round of 2022 has opened up, but there was a technical glitch over the weekend. And but normally, as I had been promoting it, the super early bird special discounted price was supposed to go away like Sunday, Monday, but because there was that tech glitch, I wanted to make sure that I was fair for those who were trying to get in before the deadline. So I extended the deadline for super early bird pricing through Wednesday, which the date shows up somewhere above there. So more on that bootcamp to come, or you can head over to the URL that's been streaming by for a bit. It should be this one right here, processchart.com/Python bootcamp. All right, so let's get back to this seriously game-changing app. So I recently made a new business purchase, a laptop that would allow me to sharpen my skills in programming, data science, machine learning, what have you. Now, because it met my needs for that, and what I did for that was I basically went out onto LinkedIn, my professional network, and said, "Hey, fellow programmers, if you were to get a new computer, what would you need?" And I didn't have very many responses, but one of them was very explicit and with someone who is in the data science space. And he said, "Hey, I would go for XYZ. This is what I would do for the hardware, yada yada yada." And it popped up. It popped up in a special recently, and it was for way less than the refurbished site was going to sell it for, and all kinds of stuff. It was great. It was exactly what they had suggested, and so setting this up and getting my tools installed and getting my training and installed as well because I'm learning Ruby and Ruby on Rails. I stumbled upon this, right? So it's really, really awesome. And I stumbled upon this on the Windows 11 machine. So I am about to share with you the install for Windows 10 because quite frankly, I forgot to take screenshots when I was doing the other one. But this way you can see if there's any errors that pop up that you can see how to do it. Now, I don't think that I'm going to have problems because, again, I've been working on learning Ruby and Ruby on Rails. And part of that process installs the WSL or Windows subsystem for Linux, something or other, as part of that process. So I might not have any problems here, but I'm going to share with you anyway. So as I was saying, I this new laptop that has Windows 11, I'm not really a fan of major operating system upgrades until at least enough time has passed that some major bugs and issues can hopefully be found. But Windows 11 has only been available to the general public since October 5th, 2011. So, oh, that's actually 11 years. So it's been around a while. So needless to say, I have, well, I guess not needless to say, this has been something that's new, right? I've had whatever Windows 10 that I've had for as long as I've had the laptop I'm actually streaming with you on right now. But it was new. It's not. I knew it was going to be different. I've heard a lot of gripes about it. I've heard mostly negative things, but so far I'm actually quite impressed. And I'm not going to go into that in today about what I saw and good and bad comparisons. But had it not been for that system, like I said, I not, likely would never have found this tool. So, like I said, I was trying to install Ruby on Rails, and now that I've seen it, life is just never going to be the same. I'm so excited to continue using it. So sit back, have a sip of your favorite beverage, and allow me to introduce to you the Windows Store app called Terminal. Now, terminal is not the same command line from days of old. It incorporates, the traditional Windows operating system, but it also includes that Windows subsystem for Linux or WSL and so much more. And as I said before, there's even an open source project, which I have put on my website. So if you go to processheart.com/win-term, that'll take you to the article with additional links, some trainings, some cool information about what you can find about this, because I'm not going to go too deep into it today. I just wanted to share this with you because it's so cool. But yes, let me put that down. Bring my notes back up. Right. So, as I said, it is a open source project, so you can actually contribute. You can learn from it, right? You can learn how those things were done and how you might be able to create your own product someday. But you can also improve it for not just yourself, but for the rest of the Windows community. So let me go ahead and show you the user-friendly version, i.e. those who are not looking to participate in the open source project. And I will go ahead and share my screen. So as you can see, this is the documentation for Windows Terminal. You can see how to install it, things like that. But basically, all I did was I went to the Windows, right here, perhaps not. Hello. And I started just typing in store, and your Microsoft Store app will come up if it's not on your toolbar. So when you go to the Microsoft Store, let me go ahead and bring that on over. So once the App Store loads, oh, am I lagging? Oh, there we go. So once the App Store loads, you'll look in the search section up here and you'll search for terminal. You just start typing in terminal. Oh, I guess you can't see it from the scrolling text there. So I'll just, oh, maybe not. Let's make this bigger. So right here at the top of the bar, you'll just type terminal. As you can see, I already have it in my history, so I'm going to choose terminal. And there will be other apps here, not just the Windows Terminal. But the very first one that shows up is Windows Terminal. It has 4.5-ish stars with over 282 reviews. I am not surprised. I'm not surprised. So it's absolutely free. You click on it, and you can read more about it. But like I said, go ahead and check out my blog article, right? processheart.com/winterm for additional trainings and things like that about this, including some really cool tricks and stuff for it. So when you come in here, you can watch their video. You can see a little bit more about what it looks like, read the ratings, etc. But honestly, just click it. Like it's amazing. It's wonderful. And I've only been using it for less than a week. So once it installs, it'll go through, I think it'll just say, just open. I don't remember it taking this long the last time, but basically, I think I'll just go through this like this. So when it comes open or when it comes up, you're able to run multiple command line prompts. So it might be Debian or Linux and Ubuntu. I don't know how to pronounce that. PowerShell, right? It has all of that in one. So it's just awesome. And like I said, I'm going to provide all the links and stuff that I found for when I was doing Ruby stuff on that Windows terminal site, which looks like this, right? So there's a video kind of Windows promo vid of it. There's a training from the Windows developer YouTube channel. Another video I found that shows some customization tricks. And so I have all this here on my site. Again, the thing down below. So feel free to check that out. But once it's done, like I said, okay, I guess it's gonna take a minute to download. It should just say like run application, and it's very user friendly, it's very intuitive, and it's just absolutely wonderful. So I don't want to take up too much more of your time. I thought this would be a little bit faster. But I will go ahead and at this win term, as I do additional trainings for my students, I'll go ahead and keep adding them to that website. So go ahead and go to that when you want to get more training on that. But if you're on my blog right now, on the bottom left-hand side of your screen, there is a pink bell. If you tap on that, you can subscribe for occasional notifications on your mobile for things from my website, which originally was all about digital marketing, because whether you're an entrepreneur or an employee, you really need to learn how to leverage the digital marketing space for yourself, if not for your business. But I'm now using it to teach about programming. So, which leads me into the next portion, or the final portion, is that I have opened up my program for teaching digital marketing. I'm sorry, for teaching Python programming basics. I have spoken about this before, but I just wanted to share with you what is behind this. So if you've been interested, maybe you've been sitting on the fence, you can see if this might be for you. Now, the reason I'm going into this a little bit deeper right now is because, again, in 2 days, the investment for this bootcamp, which is over 6 hours of live training and 3 months of mentorship, the price is about to increase. So I wanted to make sure that you are aware of what's happening. And if you want to sit back with me and see more about it, I'm going to share with you now. Otherwise, the website will keep scrolling by at some point. Okay, so when you go to processheart.com/Python-bootcamp, you'll come here to this webpage. And this is a picture of me when I was in Mexico speaking at Cisco LATAM Live and sharing a process that I follow when I'm writing code for myself. So that training is actually part of this bootcamp, so you'll get that as a bonus as well. But as you'll see here in this copy here of this page, programming doesn't have to be hard. And I really enjoy breaking things down into bite-sized pieces to help people understand how to leverage technology like this, because it's just so amazing what humans can do with technology today. And you have the ability at your fingertips to create some amazing things that might help you with your personal life, might help you with your friends and family, or even on a global scale. So I'm going to be teaching what I know about Python basics. It's going to be multiple virtual sessions. They're going to be hands-on working sessions and networking opportunities for you as well. Now, if you aren't sure about, who I am, I do have a degree in computer science, but from what I've learned in the real world, you don't really need a degree to be successful with programming. You just need to know the basics and make sure that you are following certain rules and doing your best to be as secure as possible, right? Because there's too many ways that people can not just break your code, but cause problems. Now, this is not a code on security. This is simply to get your hands wet and into the world of programming, because there is so much more that you can do, and it's just wonderful. So again, you don't need a degree to program as long as you're patient and persistent. And if you want to learn a little bit more about me, there's a little blurb here that you can read and see how I have been making an impact in the coding community. Now, if you'd like to see a little bit about some of the students and some of the people that I've worked with in the past, you can definitely check that out here. And again, this multiple dates, all online. It's more than 6 hours of training. It's also implementation. And again, it's teaching you how to code, and it's teaching you how to code in Python. There are so many applications with which Python can be used for. You 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 name the industry, and Python's probably involved. There are many world-class software companies, as you can see, that use Python, and it's called the beginner's language for a very good reason. When I started my career in programming, it was with Java, and I fell in love with it. I loved that language. I felt it was beautiful. It was elegant. It was wonderful. And then I taught myself Python, and I realized that Python was even easier. So that's one of the many reasons that I'm teaching Python. So what's included with this? So inside this bootcamp, this is not the be all end all for Python programming. It is impossible to cover absolutely everything in the time frame that I have set for this bootcamp, but I'm trying to set you up for success to give you the solid foundation, as well as resources and additional things to help you continue your journey when it comes to programming. So in this boot camp, you will get all recordings to it. You'll get access to the code examples, and you will have additional supplemental training materials to empower you on your journey, as you see here. This is a 3-week boot camp, technically 4, because you're getting a bonus, which I'll touch on in just a moment. But again, you're going to be able to easily understand Python once you've completed this boot camp. It's going to build your confidence by creating, again, that solid foundation of the basics of programming, how to work in it, how to build the structure of your code and think through those things, right? Things that are going to jumpstart your developer journey, and creating connections with others, because as you learn, you are going to meet people along the way who are either on the same journey as you, or maybe they're a little bit ahead, or maybe they're people you can mentor along the way. So lots of opportunity that I'd like to introduce you to for building your professional network. Important dates and times of this bootcamp. As I mentioned, it does start April 2nd. So every Saturday at 2 p.m. Central, this is a 2-hour session, because there is, again, a lot to cover. And I want to make sure that you have time to start to work on what we talk about. Your first bonus is going to be that community that I talked about, right? It can be really difficult, especially in this day and age where we're already so siloed, and we don't always have those opportunities to interact. It's really important to make sure that you are involved in a community that's supportive, and that you can kind of toss ideas back and forth on, right? It's really awesome that with programming, there's not one right way to code. There's no this is how things are, and there's no other way to do it, right? With the people that I've taught, I found that you can have the exact same project with the exact same requirements, and it be written 3 different ways. So you really want to make sure that you are surrounding yourself around the campfire to help build creativity, to help build that network, and so many more benefits to that. And then finally, bonus number 2, or at least not finally, but the ones that I've listed on this webpage, is that I am having a special training at the end of April to help you leverage social media for whatever it is that you want to do. Maybe you're wanting to take this and start a freelancing business. Maybe you're wanting to take this and get a promotion in your current role, or maybe move on to another company doing more programming. So this is meant to help you craft what you are trying to show to whoever it is that you're trying to attract. And that way, when people come to your different profiles, they know who you are, how you help, and if they might want to work with you. So that is all that is involved with this program. Again, the super early bird right now is about to go up in 2 days. So I highly suggest going to processheart.com/bootcamp. So that way you can snag your seat today. Otherwise, if you don't get in before the deadline, I believe it's April 1st. If you don't get in before then, doors will be closing, and they will not open again until later this year. So that's what I wanted to share for now. Thank you so much for listening. Like I said, this Windows Terminal, this is amazing. I am so stoked about being able to use this because, again, there are some things that just, when you're programming and you have a Mac or a Linux-based computer and a PC, sometimes the commands don't work as you expect them to. And so it's really great to be able to just now have that in one package, let alone all the other amazing things that come with Windows Terminal. So again, if you want to check out more information about that Windows Terminal stuff, you'll go to processheart.com/win-term. All right. Thank you so much. There you have it. Like I said, you can run Python. You can run, and I guess I didn't say it, but it is on the web pages that I link in that article. You can have Ubuntu on there. You can upgrade. I mean, there's so many great things. But like I said, go ahead and check that out. And if you want to subscribe to my blog, if you're on here right now, there's a pink bell, bottom left-hand corner. Anywhere else, turn on your notifications. Let me know if you got value from today. As I think I said in the description, technology is constantly changing. So finding ways with which to work more efficiently and keep you kind of ahead of the technology curve are going to benefit you in the long run. And I really firmly believe that programming can help you do that and so much more than just automating some menial tasks. So again, if you're looking to build a solid foundation for a potential career in programming, or even maybe just to like, do some fun side projects on the side, like build some little cars and stuff to like play with your kids with, you know, if you're looking to be able to understand how to read Python code and code more efficiently, then definitely go to processchart.com/Python bootcamp and see if my upcoming bootcamp is right for you. Again, doors are closing soon. Early bird pricing goes away March 10th. Thank you again so much for joining me today. You literally could be anywhere else. And so I really appreciate you spending your time and energy here with me. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Have a wonderful and prosperous rest of your day. Bye.